Hi everyone, it's a nice day here today and I'm loving our sunshine. The temperatures have dropped quite a lot. Today it's 16 degrees compared to the nice weather we've been having, so it's cooled down a lot. But I love this morning sunshine that comes into my apartment here and also in my bedroom. I get it so normally when I wake up I leave the sheets down, the blankets down, so that the bed can air out, and I just make it up later on. I leave it like this for a while and then I make it up. I don't have a maid, so I do everything myself. And yeah, I'm still waiting, still hoping something opens up soon for me for work. Keeping at the applications. Yesterday I did session on AI and using AI. A lot of companies are using it now to create their job descriptions, very generic, and they just walked us through how whatever you put in, like your keywords, will determine what the Copilot and the other platforms generate for you to use. So that was interesting. It's also helpful because if you look at job descriptions and they have little stars or flowers or, the little icons beside them, then you know that those are generated by the AI platforms and somebody hasn't taken the time to actually sit down and write a job description. But that's the way things are going now, so the more I can learn about AI, the better. And it also gives you the option then to save yourself a lot of time, because you can put it into Copilot and then you can just tweak it and you can make it more relevant to what you want to do. It's good in a way, but it's bad in a way, because I think like music, a lot of people will just generate the music online, generate prayers online. It's not going to be something personal that you sit down, you take the time to write, to reflect. It's not going to bring through the emotions that our past songs had in them. It's not going to bring through that creativity, what's happening in the culture, in the environment. It's just going to be something that the robots generated, and then people will either like it or not like it. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. With me, I write all my prayers myself. So I actually reflect on the scriptures and then I write the poems or I write the prayers. And depending on whether I'm in consolation or desolation, you can see that in my prayers. So what does that mean? Consolation means that you are in a place where you can be going through difficulties, hardships, trials, temptations, unemployment, but you have this assurance that God is with you in that, and you're not turning to despair, you're not turning to taking your life, you're not turning to seeing life as completely regardless of meaning and devoid of anything good in it. And one of the ways you can do that is to just count your blessings every day. If you make a list of 3 things that you're grateful for every day, you'll soon see that you have a lot to be grateful for. If you focus on the bad things, then you're just going to keep bringing that cloud of darkness into your life. And then the decisions that you make will arise out of that. And St. Ignatius tells us not to make decisions when we're in a place of desolation, when a place where we're feeling bad or we're feeling like, oh, this is never going to end. And we are being isolated from the community, from people that we love, because that also affects our mindset, and it's not a good place to make decisions in. And then desolation is when you don't feel that God is with you in what you're going through, where you feel like the disciples on the boat, like you're just being tossed on this wave of whatever's happening in the world, and You have no control over it, so you want to take your life and you want to take the lives of others, and if others don't do what you think is right, then you take their lives too. And so you isolate yourself from the community, from people who love you and care about you, and you go into this downward spiral. So that's what you can see. You can see it in the writing. Sometimes in our writings, like Jesus on the cross, we'll ask God, where are you? And why have you allowed this to happen to me? And other times you'll be in consolation where things are going the way you want. Some people like being unemployed, believe it or not. Like my friend Privilege was telling me, and I was telling her, some people like it because the government puts supports in place so that they can stay at home and they can pay for their rent, accommodation, whatever they need, have a basic income. And they're happy with that. They don't want to go out and work. For some of us, work is sacred. So if we're not earning our living and we're not going to work, then we don't feel right about it. And other people don't come at life from that perspective. They're like, well, you know what, if you give me money and I'll stay at home, that's perfectly fine with me. So it really depends on what is shaping your mindset, what is shaping your values. And for me, I see value in work. I see value in earning my own living. I see value in striving for something that I've created of my own. And not everybody wants that. Some people will just be like, well, I don't care. Even on YouTube, you can take other people's music, other people's ideas, other people's talks, and you can remix them. So the ways that, like John Maxwell did his teachings, where you had your 3 or 4 points, and then you can create a journal, you can create a guide. AI can do all of that for you now. Whereas when we did it, when John Maxwell did it, we actually had to sit and take the time to think, like, what questions can I ask? How can I structure this? How can I write this in a way that will be impactful and meaningful for people, and to display my creativity and my ideas? You don't need all that anymore. Your AI will be able to write your policies. It will be able to write your job descriptions. It will be able to write your morning prayer. It will be able to do all of that for you. You just have to put in the right keywords, and then you can copy and paste it and send it out. So there's 2 ways you can use it. You can either use it to do all the work for you, or you can use it to create a guideline for you and then tweak it from there, so that you still have that creativity and that side that you can use. There are also platforms like Canva, where you can create your own flyers, your own notepads. Like the church sends, when I give money to the Carmelites and places like that, the Carmelites will send me through the Friends of Saint Therese little notepads, and on that notepad it will say to do and what you can plan your day, like a little planner. I'll see if I think I used mine up. Let me see if I have any of it left, because it's just little things that you can send out for your marketing and a way to say thank you to people. And then that way, next time people reach out to you or they use that, then they think of you and they think, oh, let me do something for Saint Therese and for the Carmelites. Other places like the Marians, they'll send you cards of enrollment, and you can use those cards, like for birthdays, for Christmases, and then when you use the card, you can send it back with the name of that person that you want in the enrollment. If I've got any, I think I used mine up. But I like them. I like the ones that the church sends me. I don't have that kind of money to do that kind of thing. But it's something that you can use with your marketing. And the church is very good at marketing, because once you get those things, then you can, you have people's names, you have their email addresses, you can just do it that way. So I'll show you, these are some of so this is what they send you, like with your name, your address, when you're posting letters, you can send that out and put yours on the envelope. So that's one way to do it. And then people can also see that, okay, she's part of this religious community, or she's part of the community that helps with this kind of thing for the Society of the Little Flower. Just put this camera down here for a minute. And also, I'll end up getting so many of them, I'll end up throwing half of them away. So I don't keep too many, because there's only so many enrollments, prayer cards, and all that you can do and that you can help people with and send to people. But yeah, you can do all that on Canva now. You can create your flyers, you can create your presentations, you can create a lot of different things and then keep it as a template. You can even do your resumes on the, if you want a one-pager resume, like for us in North America, for those of us who have a lot of experience, they encourage you to just do a one-pager and just put the highlights of the areas you've worked on and the areas that are important, and send that out, as opposed to sending like a 16-page CV, which is what people do in England. In England, people send out, they don't do like a one-pager or a two-pager. People want to see detailed resumes, detailed CVs of what you've done, the work you've done. You can also do like a daily planner. So this is like an example. This is from the Carmelites. So this is like a daily planner that they send me. And then people use those. They use them as marketing tools. They use them for generating interest in their business. They use them to create folders. So when I did my Primerica, we had to order all the things that we were going to use. I was part of Primerica selling insurance, and you had to order your folders, your pens, your marketing materials, and then when you meet with your clients, then you hand those over to them and they use them. With John Maxwell, we're fortunate because we have all the flyers and everything. It's all provided there. You can just take it, print it off, or you can email it to people. That's what I do. I email mine to people, and then that's a way to generate interest in your platform. But yeah, AI is changing things, and it's making things a lot easier for people to work from anywhere, to be able to use the tools available. And it's going to create new opportunities for us to learn, to grow, to work in different areas, whether that's cybersecurity, where we're looking at protecting our companies through IT, which is one of the areas I'm interested in, or whether it's, looking at making policies flexible so that people have some say in the decision. It's not like, well, refer to policy XYZ and this is the point we're referring to, because it shouldn't be so legalistic. But yeah, the talk was interesting. It's a non-profit called PEPFA, and they're on LinkedIn. And it's just nice sometimes to join these things. You might know it already, you might understand it, but it's nice to join in sometimes and participate. And then when things come up in the future, then hopefully you get their support as well. So that's one of the courses I did yesterday. And yeah, that's what I do. I just look for the things that are going to be cutting edge, that are going to be where growth is coming, change is coming, and then I try to join those. And the labor laws also change in Canada all the time. So it's good to participate. I like to join in.